Okay, what we got here is the top of the engine block for a 2009 Mini Cooper S. This is the front of the engine. Right here is where the timing chain goes down to the oil pump. Cylinder 1, 2, 3, 4. Right now I have all pistons set at top dead center, which means they're all equally at the same height in the middle of the bores. What I'm going to do is I've already cleaned the surface really good, and now I'm going to put a 3-layer metal cylinder head gasket prior to installing the cylinder head. It's very simple. You've got guide pins to help you locate, and you just simply place them over the guide pins, and that's it. Make sure you don't wrinkle or put any crinks in the gasket. What's holding the pistons in place is underneath. I have it locked. I will pull the camera down underneath the car and show you where I have that locked. Next thing to go in place is the cylinder head. Alright, here's the locking pin. It's inserted into the flywheel, which locks the crankshaft so it can't rotate, locking the pistons in place at top dead center. You must have that locked in order to time the engine and to put everything properly in time. Okay, here's the cylinder head that I'm going to be installing. Again, left side over here is the front of the engine. This is the exhaust side. This is the intake side. On this side here is where the auxiliary high fuel pressure pump and the air pump will go on this side. Of course, the timing chain goes down here, and I've already installed the fuel rail with the fuel injectors simply because it's just much easier to put that on while it's on the bench than trying to put it on when it's installed on the engine, because there's not a lot of space back there. Next thing is lifting it up. It's pretty heavy because, like I said, I've got the cams already installed, and I'll be placing it on top of the engine block. All right, here I come with the engine block. Just be careful to set it on. Remember, you got those guide pins to help you. Try to line this up. There, that pin fell in. There. Next thing I gotta do is start adding in the cylinder head bolts. There's 10 of them with washers. And these will all be torqued down to 22 foot-pounds. I'll be using a torque wrench for that. And then there's 2 stages. Once you torque it down 22 foot-pounds, then it says to torque with an angle gauge 180. For me, it's just simply start at the top, come down 90, then another 90, and you get your 180 degrees set that way. I do have an angle wrench. Got 2 more bolts over here, and then there's one in the back. I'll get that one off camera. I'm not going to bore you showing you how to torque these down, but I will come back and show you the 180 with the angle gauge. Okay, that's it. All right, I'm just going to tighten down these cylinder head bolts down to 22 foot-pounds in order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then I'll do the short ones. These main bolts are all 22 foot-pounds. First stage is 22. All right, that's the first stage on those. All right, now we're going to tighten down these middle-sized bolts. These are 132 inch-pounds. Let's see. All right, stage one of tightening all the bolts down to 22 foot-pounds, 134 inch-pounds, and then 22 foot-pounds back there is done. So now we're going to go with the second stage, which is a 90 degrees, 90 degrees. That stays at 22. After I go 90 degrees all the way around, I'll come back and do another 90 degrees for a total of 180, starting with bolt number 1. It's the first 90. Okay, that's the first 90 on those. So let's get the next one. This will be a little bit harder now. Everything's torqued down to the specs. And that's the installation of the cylinder head to the engine block.